What if I told you that nearly every major religion on earth, from Greece to Persia, from Japan to Europe, and from the Abrahamic world to the East, carries echoes of a single ancient spiritual source? A tradition so old it predates the pyramids, the prophets, the philosophers, and even history itself. That source is Sanatana Dharma, what the world calls Hinduism. Today we ask one question: is Hinduism truly the mother of all religions? To answer it, we must go back to the beginning, thousands of years before Christianity, Islam, Judaism, or even Buddhism. Unlike any other religion, Hinduism has no founder, no point of origin, no birth date. It simply emerges from the dawn of civilization and keeps evolving without ever dying. The religion of Egypt died. The gods of Greece vanished. The worship of Marduk and Enlil in Mesopotamia ended forever. But Hinduism lives on. The rituals performed on the ghats of Varanasi today were ancient even before the first pyramid was built. We are dealing with the oldest continuous spiritual tradition on earth. Its roots stretch deep into the Indus Valley civilization nearly 5,000 years ago, perhaps even older. In the ruins of Mohenjo-daro, we find the Pashupati seal, a yogic figure surrounded by animals. A proto-Shiva, proof that meditation, asceticism, and the concept of a cosmic yogi existed long before written history. We find terracotta mother goddess figures, ancestors of today's Shakti worship. Sacred trees foreshadowing the Peepal's divine status. Purification baths echoing today's ritual bathing in the Ganga. Lingam Yoni, symbols representing cosmic creation. This is not mythology. These are archaeological facts. From this foundation came the Vedic culture, bringing sacred hymns, fire, rituals, cosmic philosophy, and sophisticated metaphysics. Instead of replacing earlier traditions, it fused with them. The Vedic sky gods merged with the Indus yogic worldview to create Sanatana Dharma, a spiritual super system containing yoga philosophy, tantra, ritual, devotion, meditation, and science. This makes Hinduism fundamentally different. It is not a religion, it is a civilizational matrix. Now let us explore how this matrix influenced the world. First, the Dharmic traditions. Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism all arise directly from the Hindu worldview. But the connection with Buddhism is unique. In Hinduism, the Buddha is not a stranger. He is often revered as the ninth avatar of Lord Vishnu, the Dashavatara. While Buddhists see him as the enlightened teacher who found a path beyond the Vedas' Hindu tradition, absorbed him back into the cosmic fold, seeing his non-violence as a necessary divine intervention. Whether viewed as an avatar or a rebel, the shared DNA is undeniable. They share the ideas of karma, reincarnation, dharma, and liberation. They use Sanskrit terms. They reference Hindu gods like Indra and Brahma. The Buddha was born a Hindu prince, and his teachings are a reinterpretation, not a rejection of the spiritual soil he stood on. So now we turn west to Persia. Before India and Iran split into two worlds, they were one spiritual family, the Indo-Iranian religion. Their languages prove it. Their rituals prove it. Their gods prove it. The Vedic word for god is Deva. In Zoroastrianism, the same word Daiva means demon. The Vedic word for powerful divine being is Asura. In Zoroastrianism, Ahura means the supreme god. This is the Great Schism, a theological inversion between two sister religions. Why does this matter? Because Zoroastrianism profoundly shaped Judaism, Christianity, and Islam during the Persian Empire. Judaism adopted concepts like heaven and hell, angels and demons, judgment day, Satan, resurrection, and the final savior, all of which were absent in early Judaism. These ideas became central to Christianity and Islam. And where does Zoroastrianism get its roots? From the same Indo-Iranian soil that produced the Vedas. So Hindu ideas traveled west, transformed in Persia, and re-entered the Abrahamic world. Now, the most controversial link of all, Abraham and Brahma. The parallels are striking. Brahma first created being in Hinduism, Abraham first patriarch of Judaism. Brahma's consort is Saraswati. Abraham's wife is Sarah. The name evolves linguistically as it travels west from Brahma to Brahm to Abram to Abraham. Is it proven? No. Is it intriguing? Absolutely. Especially when combined with Indo-Iranian migration patterns and ancient trade routes. Now, let us go even further west to the Greeks. This is where the connections become astonishing. Greek mythology and Hindu mythology share a common Proto-Indo-European ancestor. This is not speculation, it is well-established academic consensus. Zeus Pitr is linguistically identical to the Vedic Dyaus Pitr, both meaning sky father. The Greek god Oranos parallels the Vedic Varuna. Helen of Troy's name is linked to Serenue, the Vedic goddess abducted by the gods. The Greek Asclepius healer with a serpent mirrors the Hindu Dhanvantri. Heracles resembles Krishna and Indra through shared myths of serpent slaying. Even the Greek story of the flood in the time of Deucalion resembles the Hindu story of Manu saved by Matsya. The weapons are similar too, Zeus's thunderbolt and Indra's Vajra. And here is the biggest link. The Greek pantheon operates almost identically to the Vedic one, a family of gods, each with domains, rivalries, wars, and cosmic order. Why? Because both descend from the Indo-European mythic system, and the Vedic version is far older and more complete. Then comes direct contact. When Alexander invaded India, he encountered Yogis, the gymnosophists. Their fearlessness stunned the Greeks. One sage, Kalanos, joined Alexander's army and later performed yogic self-immolation, leaving the Greeks speechless. These encounters deeply influenced Greek philosophical thought. A few centuries later, Plotinus, the father of Neoplatonism, the most influential philosophy behind Christian mysticism, traveled east and absorbed ideas strikingly similar to the Upanishads. His concept of the One mirrors Brahman. His idea that the world is an illusion echoes Maya. His theory of the soul's ascent matches Hindu moksha. Neoplatonism shaped early Christianity, Islam's Sufism, Western mysticism, and Renaissance philosophy. Once again, Hindu ideas flowed into global thought quietly, subtly, but powerfully. Now, turning east to China and Japan, through the Silk Road, Buddhist monks carried Sanskrit scriptures, Hindu mandalas, chakra systems, meditation techniques, and cosmology into China. Chinese Taoist texts began describing energy centers similar to chakras. Zen Buddhism, which later shaped Japanese culture, descends directly from Indian meditation traditions. Japanese esoteric Buddhism still uses Sanskrit bija mantras like Om unchanged for millennia. Even Shinto, Japan's indigenous religion, incorporates Hindu deities such as Benzaiten derived from Saraswati. Then comes Central Asia. Manichaeism, a religion that once spread from Europe to China, was created by a prophet who traveled to India, studied Buddhism and Hinduism, and blended their concepts with Christianity and Zoroastrianism. Finally, Islam's Sufism carries unmistakable Indian influence. Its practices of chanting God's name, controlled breathing, spinning, meditation, and ego dissolution mirror Hindu and Buddhist yoga. Indian Sufi saints adopted yogic techniques. The Mughal prince Dara Shikoh translated the Upanishads into Persian, calling them the source of all world religions. Over and over, Hindu ideas traveled not by force but by inspiration. This brings us to a profound conclusion. Sanatana Dharma did not spread by conquest, it spread by resonance. Through trade philosophy, migration, meditation, and cultural exchange, not swords and empires, it influenced Persia, it influenced Greece, it influenced China, Japan, Tibet, Korea, Southeast Asia. It indirectly influenced Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Western philosophy. So is Hinduism the mother of all religions. If mother means founder, then no religions evolved in complex ways. But if mother means the oldest living spiritual tradition, the root of the Indo-European mythic system, the ancestor of Dharmic religions, the sister of Zoroastrianism, the philosophical seed behind parts of Greek thought, the influence behind Eastern mysticism, and a contributor to Abrahamic ideas, then yes, Hinduism is the world's spiritual mother, the oldest surviving womb of human religious imagination. It is not just a religion. It is humanity's earliest spiritual DNA. And if you've made it this far into the video, thank you. This is Hinduism Unveiled, where we decode the past to illuminate the present. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.